Okay, so what are we looking at right here?
We're looking at a small juvenile Kemp's Ridley turtle. The cool thing about them is that they're actually found here in Galveston. We can see the adult female Kemp's Ridleys. They come up to the nest or up to the beach in Galveston, and they'll come up and lay their eggs. Anywhere from 100 to like 150 eggs get laid each time that they come up to the beachfront, and a female would probably nest 2 to 3 times per season. So this time of year, it's spring, we notice it's really, really windy, and they use that as a cover. So they'll come up on the beach, and when it's windy, the sand really covers up their tracks, so other predators, coons, dogs, coyotes, cats, whatever, can't find them. And they come up to the sand dunes, at the base of the sand dune. As the sand dune's like this, they'll come up to the base and they'll dig out a hole, put their little eggs in, and then they take off. And with the winds and the high tide that wash everything off, washes away their tracks, so it's almost hidden. If you don't catch the sea turtle at the right time of actually nesting or going out to nest, trying to find the nest is literally impossible. But what happens is that these dudes basically hatch. They go out into the Gulf of Mexico for about 10 to 20 years, which is really unknown. All that area about the turtle's life history is a gray area. Okay. And they just swim out there and they grow up, and this guy's pretty small. He was injured, and we ended up using him for a teaching tool.
So don't go play on the dunes, don't drive
Yeah,
on
so
the dunes.
that's why you see all these signs at the beach that say don't mess with the dunes. It's not because of, well, it's for many reasons. One, it's for coastal resiliency. So when storms come and we have sand dunes, they act as a buffer to stop floods. They also act as habitat for birds.
8th grade teak.
Act as a habitat for birds and also wildflowers and plants that are native to the area and sensitive, because sand dunes are so easy to mess up. So those plants that are growing on it takes a long time for them to like take root and really start growing. And sea turtles use them. And as the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, we protect the sea turtle once it gets on the beach. So we need to ensure that nobody's on the sand dunes messing them up, that their habitat where they're going to go lay the eggs is protected and safe, so we can continue to enjoy these guys year after year. A lot of the problems that they're facing is litter. So you were saying that you have a litter program here?
Yes, we do. We have the green team. We recycle right now, and we are working on doing campus cleanup. And we walk around the campus and we do pick up trash around it, because we know it does end up eventually in the ocean.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the good things you should do is maybe start implementing or getting the kids to implement like the what are those grocery bags that you get?
Like the reusable?
The reusable grocery bags instead of using plastic bags, because what happens is even though you try your best, those plastic bags end up getting into the ocean or somewhere. And what the sea turtle thinks, part of his diet is jellyfish. So the sea turtle is going to see a plastic bag floating out in the Gulf of Mexico, and he's like, oh, it's food, and goes and eats it. And, excuse me, what happens is either one, it gets caught up in his intestines and becomes sick and ends up dying, or two, it stays in there because it's not degradable. The plastic stays in his stomach for a really long period of time and actually tricks the turtle into thinking that he's full, and they end up starving to death. So it's a lose-lose situation. So to do your best to make sure you clean up and not let these things get out into the ocean is the best thing. And it not only helps turtles, it helps birds and other types of fish and seals, but we don't have seals here, and just other critters in general, because even though your impact may be small, in the end it amplifies over time and ends up getting bigger and bigger.
Awesome.
But another quick thing, so for your students to learn about a sea turtle, so all the other turtles that you see anywhere else in the world have feet. So there's land turtles that are tortoises, and they have like big old trunks for feet. And like you see in the ponds, there's red-eared sliders that are really common around here.
Yes.
They also have feet. But this dude has fins and or flippers, and what helps him basically swim, because he spends 99.9% of his life in the water.
Wow.
They only come up to the beach to nest, and when they leave the nest to his hatchlings. And so this little dude just swims all his life, and they're really fast too. Aside from being a turtle, which everybody thinks they're slow, but they're really, really fast swimmers, and they're really cool.
Awesome.
And we'd like to, spread the word that, they're doing okay. They're not doing bad, and the nestings in Texas are getting better each year. But to be where they were historically, like back in the 1800s, early 1900s,
Yeah.
you know, that's a lot of turtles, and it'd be really cool if we could see that many and have everybody enjoy them,
Right.
especially alive.
Yeah, I know. All right.